Africa is calling, and Botswana is ready. Come to Botswana and unwind. Come to Botswana and explore the beauty of our country. When the dust settles, we will be waiting to receive you. Come explore, experience, and enjoy. Botswana, our pride, your destination.
Good evening, you are live with BTV News at 9 p.m. and my name is Benson Puteho. Let's take a look at stories making headlines this hour. BDP members in the Southeast region nominated President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi to continue leading the party. Members of the House of Chiefs Dikhosi to deliberate on the constitutional amendment bill. And in sport, Lone Mazimule had a fruitful weekend as she scooped 2 medals at the 2024 FNB Botesa Championships. Well, this is BTV News, and interpreting on sign language is Topo Taposa. The Minister of Entrepreneurship, Mr. Karabokare, says President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi's Boston trip to the USA to engage with the leadership of the Legatum Center will enhance Botswana's strategic direction in building an enterprising culture among Botswana. President Masisi will arrive in Boston tonight, just a day before he addresses the Legatum Center for Development and Entrepreneurship Conference themed Innovation in Global Growth Markets, Prosperity Through Entrepreneurship. The conference resonates with Botswana's new agenda of leaning towards technology as a catalyst for harnessing the country's growth potential towards a high-income economy by 2036. In his statement, President will highlight the steps Botswana has taken in recent times to reboot the economy, such as the establishment of the Ministry of Entrepreneurship in 2022 and the new SMME financing schemes that include Chama Chama, Tio Letlotlo and Temo Letlotlo, respectively. The Legatum Center is renowned for driving inclusive prosperity by building principled entrepreneurial leaders. The President and his delegation, which includes the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Lemakang Kwape, and Entrepreneurship Minister, Mr. Karabokare, will also gain insights from other experts attending the conference on how entrepreneurship can play a role in the attainment of global economic prosperity.
Go tshwaragana le bone ba le Legatum Center ba e leng gore ba kanya bogwebi ba itse tota mme ebile ba itile ko mahatsheng a tshwana le bo Dubai a tshwana le bo Singapore re setse re dirile kana re go dira mekwalo ya semmuso ya go tshwaragana le bone gore re bone gore rona go garana ba ka dira ka mokgontseng ja gore le rona re lebelo le ne ke bua ka rona gore re tswe hale re hapele re ka litla ka mokgontseng ja.
And coming back home, the Botswana Democratic Party Southeast region has endorsed President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi for a second term in office and to lead the party beyond the general elections. Speaking at the region's Congress held yesterday, the party chairman, Mr. Slamba Tsokwane, says though this is a constitutional requirement for the regions to decide who will lead the party into the general elections, the practice is also aimed at promoting peace and stability in the party. Peter Batsalorang has the details.
The acting president, who is also the chairman of the Botswana Democratic Party, Mr. Slamba Tsokwane, and his team, who have been traversing the length and breadth of this country, covering 13 BDP regions, seeking for the party structures to submit names of potential candidates to contest for presidential position ahead of the coming general elections, have reached the Southeast region. This region endorsed President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi for a second term in office to lead the party beyond the general elections. The party chairman, Mr. Tsokwane, says This practice is in line with the party's commitment to respecting the party's constitution with the view of promoting peace and unity in the party.
la gore ba ikupedi ba kanokwe bo simolola ela go di branching le ka bona botlhokwa ja di structure tsa rona. We are a very structured party.
Re tsamaile di kgaolokgolo di le lesome le boraro lona lo kgaolokgolo ya bo lesome le bone go dira thulaganyo. Ke bua se ke se tsepamisa gore ba ba hano le ba ba kontle ba lemoge bururi jo bo teng mo go rona re le party ya tomkoraga gore re party e re ikanneng gore re tla sala molao motho o morago.
Meanwhile, the party chairman says the vetting process of name of candidates for the upcoming Bulela Ditswe is part of the processes of maintaining the BDP's integrity but not to humiliate and embarrass potential candidates.
So vetting haina appeal ka gore fat leina le re sika sikile mo mahineng ra sa re motho ba se mo dongora le ke lo le bona gore mona ka gompieno ke bao ba le gore ba thopi ba dongora mo khaolo kana khaolwana ba ka go ntsha leina la ga se mama ra utlwa.
The Botswana Democratic Party will hold its primary elections before June. Peter Patsalelwang, BTV News, Tlokweng.
And the Minister for State President, who is also a Member of Parliament for Molepolole South, Mr. Karabo Moroeng, says the bodies of 45 ZCC St. Engineers members who died during Easter holidays in South Africa will arrive tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the Cesar Zakama International Airport. He said 2 representatives from each family will be among senior government officials who will receive the bodies. Minister Moroeng also noted that the victims' bodies will be laid to rest on Saturday in Molepolole. Minister Moroeng was updating the bereaved families, Bakwena community and the nation.
Ba ga molaodi ba ofisi ya ga mototlegi mogolo re tshota utona ba sepodisi ba immigration budirela puso ba maemo bo bona le maikarabelo bo ka ko Afrika borwa ba ntse ba ira dithulaganyo tsa mosepelo re le mogone gore o tlo hoele mme se leng teng ke le tlhomamisetse batsadi gore ka ha ba ntseng ba re le kudisa ka teng ka ha ba ntseng ba buisanya le rona ka tsotlhe tsene ba dietse ba di kgonne ga gona se se saletseng ko morago se leng gore nka se tlhomamisa mo tsatsing la gompieno ke gore bana ba lona ba ga rona batsadi ba rona ba tla emella ka moso go tswa ko Polokwane ba tla emela ka 10 o'clock e tla re 11 o'clock ba bo ba gorogile ko airport ya rona ya Cesar Zakama. So kitsiso kgolo ke goreng tsotlhe tsene ba dietse ba diwedi ba puso le baeteledipele ba harologanyeng le ba malapa re solegela gore ba tla go amogela bana ba ba rona kgotsa bakwena ba ba ga rona kwa lengwe le lengwe la ga rona mo motsing wa rona mo go bone ba ga rona ba ba tsamaileng go tswe ba le babedi gore le bone bo ba le teng ha ra amogela bana ba ga rona kakanyo ba ne re ntse re sweletse ka dipaakanyo e le gore ha ba goroga ka moso ka ba goroga ka moso kopo ke goreng re boloke ba ga rona ka matlhatso ba ga rona re tla go ba kuma bitleng a garanta.
The Minister for State President Mr. Karabo Moroeng read the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2024, Bill number 4 of 2024 for the first time. to members of the Ntlo ya Dikgosi, paving way for them to make the input before it goes for the second reading at the National Assembly. The Constitutional Amendment Bill intends to amend the Constitution, taking into consideration protection of fundamental human rights to promote rule of law and preserve peace and stability of the country. Totlang Matabapiri reports.
Members of Ntlo ya Dikgosi started debating on the Constitution Amendment Bill following its introduction to the National Assembly in April 15th. This debate follows government's approval of some recommendations of the 18-member Presidential Commission of Inquiry, who were appointed by President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi to review the Constitution of Botswana. They toured the length and breadth of the country across 57 constituencies, engaging with Botswana, civil organizations and special groups.
Tsamaiso ya rona e tlhamaletse e bolela goreng se se tla diwang hara se tsamaisa ka tsamaiso e ntseng jang re lebeletse molao motheo mo godimo ga mo re lebeletse molao kana rule 39 of the Ntlo ya Dikgosi rules of procedure.
The commission submitted a report to His Excellency the President with 93 recommendations. Out of these, 31 of the recommendations relate to the Constitution. That is 33.3%. 39 of the 93 recommendations relate to primary legislation. That is 41.9%. And 23 of the 93 recommendations relate to policy. That is 24.7%.
Some Dikgosi made deliberations on various issues, assessing the adequacy of the Constitution, including fundamental human rights, disqualification of a retired president who served 2 terms to run for election in any political office, as well as the criteria used to select members of Ntlo ya Dikgosi.
Child of interest. Don't supplement the Ibanale Hole, Baris over Bahabit. Mekana on Mahabit Mo. Kono Hotoka Topella and over Carolong age. Rumelatata Mo Banale Hole. Baba Tolekile Bansiga. Batson to Siri you attack.
And Mehara Rabotalohana, Ramiti, Arinti, Bokose, or British, but I wasn't having Kanayama, more than Bokosi Rabin. Mehara so that was just something you had to Baba Baby, Baba Tom, what you have a bad time to make it up. A lot of Baba are handling behind the phones.
The former president, sometimes American to our politics. I come over benefits. Tell them what one is a senior citizen.
For the rest of this week, members of Ntlo ya Dikgosi will be debating on the bill before 30 days lapses in May 15th to present their submissions before the bill goes for the second reading at the National Assembly. Totlam Matabapiri, BTV News, Gaborone.
And the Assistant Minister for State President, Ms. Boitumelo Famudimo, has implored the ministry's leadership to take the lead in the preparation of a comprehensive plan that will deliver a National Development Plan 12 and anchor Botswana's transformational agenda. Ms. Famudimo made the plea at a 3-day ministerial retreat in Francistown. Bethany Mando reports.
Last year, government took a decision to defer the implementation of the National Development 12 Plan and put in place the Transition National Development Plan that will come to an end on the 31st of March 2025. As the current financial year marks the final lap of the 2-year period for the TNDP, the ministry's leadership came together to reflect on the past year and also chart a way forward to better serve the public and also contribute meaningfully to the creation of an ever-arching NDP 12 that aligns with National Vision 2036.
As an Apex ministry, we must not only comply, but lead in the process of constructing a plan that is essentially a bridge towards a knowledge-based and high-income economy. We are going into SDP 12-13 with smiles because we will be very close to what we desire as a country. What we desire is prosperity for all, being a knowledge economy that has attained high income status. That is what we are aiming for. And this plan is very critical to get us closer to that. So it will not just be an ordinary plan. It should be a plan that is well informed, that is well researched, that carries everything that we need to help us cross that river.
The ministerial honchos also took a leaf from one of the pillars of Vision 2036 by being compassionate and donated food hampers to Francistown SOS Children's Village.
Amongst others,
I want to thank MSP for their gesture, as it will go a long way in assisting us to take care of children. Francistown SOS has 104 children we are taking care of, and as we are closer to Zimbabwe, we also take care of over 30 children from the neighboring country who are placed on transition to South Africa. We are determined to work with government in taking care of children.
South Africa.
Bana ba rona ba SOS ga ba ke ba sokola rena le bone mo tropo ya na Francistown. And we are happy gore jaaka le ntla go tshwarela.
We are happy that as you host your retreat in our city, you find the need to offer a helping hand to SOS children in Francistown.
Bone botlhokwa ja gore Tebenyana lona nka bola go modirisa go lo rile le motlogele mo tropo ya Francistown, particularly go SOS betso.
With this retreat, the leadership is re-energized and had fun away from their day-to-day duties, and therefore they are expected to go back to their duty stations to provide excellent service to Botswana and continue dialogue on the development of this great nation. Bethany Mandu, BTV News, Francistown.
Police in Kenya investigating a road traffic accident in which 7 South African lives were lost at Ranaka Junction on the A2 road. A statement from the police says the accident involved a Range Rover carrying 4 passengers and a Hi-Ace Combi carrying 14 passengers from South Africa who were in Botswana for a church service in Kenya. The deceased include 5 females and 2 males. The surviving passengers from both vehicles have been admitted at the hospital, while drivers of both vehicles escaped with minor injuries. We continue. Member of Parliament for Chobe, who is also the Minister of Justice, Mr. Machana Shamukuni, was in Kavimba recently in Chobe, where he praised his constituents about the latest developments relating to the constitutional review. He told them Parliament will debate the constitutional amendment bill in May this year. Kialeboha Iole has the details.
Mr. Shamukuni, accompanied by the Legal Aid Botswana team, informed residents of the proposed changes to the constitution gathered during the National Constitutional Review exercise.
La itse gore gone gona le thulaganyo e nngwe ya constitutional amendment e ne re tsa megopolo mo go lona gore re baakanye molao motheo re hetole ditsetana dingwe mo molao motheo ya ntiro ya wela e toga ibe ya parlamente mo nakong ya gompieno molao kakanyetso o setse o le teng no ra gona le parlamente e hapegileng se mola ka 14-15 tsa ga May e leng gore tabo re lebelela one ditsetana tseo tsa molao motheo gore nto e di sekaseke re terbone gore re hetola jang
molao motheo o simola ka ditshwanelo jaanong go na le ditshwanelo tse leng gore dintsi di le teng mo molao motheong pharologanyo yaanong ke gone gore mo go tse di leng teng di okeditswe go okeditswe ka tseng ka reng dinne the right to health kana tlhokomelo ya botsogo o le motho e latelang the right to education. Yaanong ya boraro a be nna the right to work, the right to collectively bargain.
Meanwhile, residents were implored to take advantage of the new Chama Chama Fund to boost their businesses and ultimately uplift their lives. VDC chairperson applauded government on the new developments in their village.
Relebogela le yone backup ko kliniki ya rona imo processi ditanka tsa metsi tse pedi tse di thatswa metsi nya di dirilwe di hedile last week. Lebogela le yone molimisi re monetsi.
Member of Parliament Mr. Shamukuni concluded his series of Khotla meetings on Friday. BTV News, Kavimba.
In other news, the DBS Group is to relocate its auctions business headquarters from Singapore to Botswana. This move is an effort to support the Diamond Consortium's focus on streamlining its operations and enhancing efficiency of its activities, while also facilitating further development of the diamond sector in Botswana. DBS says to allow for a smooth transition process, the office will pause operations and sales events until the relocation is replete and complete.
It shows a consolidation of the centre. It shows certainly that we have full confidence, and obviously after 50 years of partnership, we would have full confidence in Botswana. Likewise, we have our traceability platform, Tracer. I think it's been great that when we talk about provenance and what we refer to as the origins story, I think it's a fabulous story that that comes out of, particularly here in Botswana, where diamonds have, a nation has been grown on the back of diamonds, and we want to make sure that we assist in telling that story. And Tracer enables us to do that. Obviously, there's been the G7 issues to attend to in this past few months, and certainly on the run up to September. Likewise, will be the same. We continue to work closely with the G7 in trying to find a solution that's that works for the industry as well as for the G7.
Minister of Labour and Home Affairs, Ms. Anna Mokheti, says the well-being of employees has a huge impact on their productivity at their workplaces. She was speaking at the World Health and Safety Day in Maung yesterday. This day was declared by the International Labour Organization, ILO, in 2003 to remind workers worldwide about the importance of their safety and health in their workplaces. Marita Kaisara reports.
Minister Anna Mokheti outlined some of the issues that mostly affect the health and safety of the workforce, such as climate change, road accidents, and pollution from some industrial sites. She says addressing these issues could help in resolving some of the health issues facing the working class.
The importance of ensuring the safety and well-being of every individual in their workplace. It is therefore a day to pause and reflect, as well as to show solidarity with those who have tragically fallen victim to the hazards of their labor. Every day, the stark reality stares us in the face as thousands of workers lose their lives due to traumatic injuries and health complications arising from their work. These are not just statistics. They are human lives. Families shattered, dreams cut short, and futures lost.
Every year, an estimated 22.85 million occupational health are experienced. 18.970 deaths are experienced. 2.09 million disability adjusted lifestyle are experienced.
It was also revealed that most of the deaths of workers are caused by health-related diseases.
So that's very important. Agriculture. The motuo be the homo, the mohautolonale, the tenole, our forests is one of those. They get negatively affected.
Health tests, a more regular thing in the workplace.
for non-communicable diseases, so that the women in the workplace, for example, are able to get, I think they call it the pap smear tests, be able to detect the cancers associated with women at a much earlier stage. It allows you to have long-term plans around your staff members on issues of health.
The cleaning of the environment, reducing emissions and other health measures could help in saving the lives of communities. Mareta Kaisara, BTV News, Maun.
And if you just tuned in, this is BTV News at 9. The Bangwatu Region Kosis Rogolasreza says the aim of the Sesrezakama Commemoration Marathon is to revive the Sesrezakama Day commemorations. Kosis Rogola was speaking during the Sesrezakama commemoration activation activity held in Letlhakane. Sebastian Tebogo reports.
This work is part of the activations to be held countrywide in efforts to sensitize Botswana on the upcoming inaugural Sesrezakama Commemoration Marathon, which will form part of the Sesrezakama Day celebrations at Sorwe this year. Kosi Sorogola implored the public to register and participate in the marathon in large numbers.
Yano setsono ka re batho ba twela ra le twela bangwe ba nala ko malapeng monongwa ga ke go ra gore mo lemoge re mo ketekele tsatsile ka mo go hapegileng mme mogopolo wa marathon o tswa gone ya marathon o tara kgobokanyang ba rothe Batswana khutong tsene tsa lahatse mme ke re twetsa gore ikwadiseng ka dipalo tse dintsi.
At the end of the event re tshwanetse ra bo re le Botswana yo bopaganeng mmogo re bopagantswe ke tiro tsa go tshwana letse mo teng ga tiro e batsadi go tana le bo cultural exposition ngo ya baei ngo ya ko boteti ya ko kae ya ko Serowe ra go amogana kampo ra rogana ngo ya rona e re bopang re le tshaba ya Botswana.
Encouraged to participate in activities such as this marathon to learn more about their country's history.
Se gakolla banana ba Botswana la bohelo bet gore le thaloganye se go buiwa ka sone le le kembo jote gonne le bala netantsa tsa gormente tse di harologanye o ka ya go thaloganya se se diragala mo lehatsheng la Botswana kare ga o sa dire jalo wa go nna ntse mo yei hela
ke motho le gore tota re tshwantse ra ipelahatsa ka ene kana ke se khantshwane mo lehatsheng la rona la Botswana ke motho yo o itsegeng e le motho yo kopantseng lehatshe la Botswana gore tsatsi ene re bo re ipona re le Batswana re sa kgathale gore wena o a letswelehe kana o a moraheohe ke ha o gatang se se re tsekgang.
Kosi Serogola further explained that the marathon will keep on improving to ensure that they include other activities that will attract more participants as they aim to engage more Botswana in celebrating the first president of this country. Sebastian Tebogo, BTV News, Letlhakane.
Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Fidelis Malao, has implored farmers from the Sunveld Ranchers Association to work together in order to grow the agricultural sector in this country. Mr. Malao said this during the field day organized by this association at the Sunveld. Lovemo Mario attended.
Sunveld Ranchers Field Day gives farmers the opportunity to come together and discuss issues concerning their daily operations within their farms and also come up with the resolutions in addressing the problems they face for better improvement in their farming. Farmers here appealed for assistance from the government.
Lack of infrastructure. If you can think of a situation where you are taking your animals to BMC and you get experience of what you have experienced coming here, and then you start to think, how am I going to take my animals to BMC? Because our extension service is not there, if I may say. I just want to be very clear and not be polite in this one. And be polite in this one. It's not there. It's not a question of being weak. The extension service is not there. We don't have a choice. what we need to do is to get engaged with the government, the extension service in particular, to help farmers put measures into place so that they are able to respond to the requirements of the bait system.
Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Fidelis Molau, said Sandveld farmers are doing well in organizing these events and pleaded with them to continue with their unity to ensure that the nation becomes successful in its intention of producing meat to feed Botswana and supply international.
We are also going to be synchronizing, if it is the right adjective to use, the brand certificate, the keeper ID already tsamaelane disekatsa siana ka dingwaga jaaka go ntse gompieno. Something that we are working on very quickly. We will be amending the relevant statute so that how to say your keeper ID brand certificate debe tota hela ile complementary ke lo gore sengwe le sengwe se mo the keeper ID. You are all aware of what we have stated and what we have started to do go Kwara Matabama, which will be cascaded to other areas, artificial insemination and other related. And also the quality.
Different stakeholders, including parastatals, were available to provide services.
It's important to highlight that CEDA has put in about 395 million into the livestock industry in general, just in the Kaka and the Sandveld areas. This amount is spread amongst 493 beneficiaries.
Over the years, at BTC, we have revised satellite internet services offering to adopt it to its need to the farmer. And initially, this satellite was solely an enterprise and government offering.
Sandveld farmers agreed wholeheartedly to continue to enforce the use of latest technology to improve their farming operations. Lovemore Mario, BTV News, Rambobo Cattle Ranch, Sandveld.
And on more pleasant news, Botswana prepares to host the Forbes Under 30 Africa Summit for the third year consecutively. This event will convene for 4 days here in Gaborone, bringing together successful young entrepreneurs and leaders from across the continent and around the globe, with many beneficiaries and sectors in Botswana expected to be positively impacted.
We wanted the summit to have a long impact and benefit, not only on our delegates, but Botswana Hela as a whole.
Go on.
Okay, we have engaged our locals to prepare for the summit, not just government employees and the private sector, but local vendors, and not only in Gaborone, from all over. We are working with stakeholders from as far as Okavango and the Kalahari region, just to mention a few.
To what extent?
Well, it's now time for sports with Josejo Nkwe.
Oh, yes. Good evening once again,
Good evening.
Benson. Yes.
We're back together.
We are back together. We are togetherness. Forever and forever.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Benson. And greetings to you all. As he has already mentioned, I'm Josejo Nkwe, bringing to you Botswana Tonight sports news. And with that, let's get straight into it. Rwanda's cricket team are the champions of Botswana Cricket Association Kalahari Women's T24 Nations Tournament after defeating Botswana by 8 wickets in a finals match played at the Botswana Cricket Oval over the weekend. Katlago Khakule has more details.
The two nations qualified for the finals after finishing first and second in the round-robin games. Rwanda won the toss to field first, and the host Botswana registered 70 runs in 20 overs, losing 5 wickets in the process. In their innings, Rwanda registered 72 overs and lost only 2 wickets, winning the match by 8 wickets to be crowned the champions of the Botswana Cricket Association Kalahari Women's T20 tournament.
Just come off another tournament in the All Africa Games again, so we were very much prepared because coming from that tournament, that competitive tournament as well, coming here also is something that we were prepared for. And if you look at this squad again, we have dropped about 9 of the regular players, bringing in some new blood and some under 19 to see how well they can perform at this level.
To be honest, I'm impressed with the players, the ladies. They did do well right from the beginning until the final. As much as we lost to Rwanda, there are lots of positive from the team. You know, the way we bowled, the way we batted the previous games, our line of thinking, the game intelligence, it's coming up, and they are listening, they are adjusting. I think we have seen lots of under-19s in the team. That means a lot to the nation that we are trying to rebuild the team.
The 4 nations, being the host Botswana, Rwanda, Lesotho and Mozambique, were using the 5 days Botswana Cricket Association Kalahari Women's T20 tournament to prepare for the Rwanda Kwibuka Cricket Tournament built for Rwanda late next month. Katlaho Khakule, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Lone Mazimule is the champion of the 2024 FNBB Botesa Championships in the women's category in the 100 meters and 200 meters. Lone clocked 24.99 seconds in the 200 meters over the weekend at the National Stadium. Tlamelo Muntsusi reports.
After winning gold in 100-meter race on day 1, Mazimule of Botswana Accountancy College never looked back, clinching another gold in the 200-meter race, ahead of 18-year-old Waruna 29 of Buan, who clocked 25.71 seconds, while Bophelo Rakabo of UB settled for third spot in a time of 25.91 seconds.
I executed the race well. Only that was the end when the race was good, and I would say it was good because this nearly and yeah, it was good because nearly experience like ball on has about so I'd say I'm so proud of myself.
In the 200-meter men's category, Meshach Clayton of Police College scooped gold after clocking 21.43 seconds, while the 400-meter gold medalist Kabo Rankwe finished second in a time of 21.68 seconds. Thabo Molapo of Lwatse Brigade settled for bronze after clocking 21.7 seconds. The 5,000-meter men's finals, Kiwagile Olifile of University of Botswana dominated the race, finishing in a time of 14 minutes 53 seconds, which qualified him for Kuksa Games in the process. Kevin Huitzi of Buitekanelo and Ikitsi Moagisi of Bust settled for second and third positions respectively.
Actually, I'm happy for my time that I've performed today. It's a great improvement from my previous time, though it's not my personal best.
In the 800-meter women's final, Fela Seboka of Bust finished first after clocking 2 minutes and 26 seconds, ahead of Pono Utukile of Molapolo College of Education and Oarabile Kabono of Broken Brigade, who finished second and third respectively. In high jump, Joel of Gaborone Universal College scooped gold after jumping 1.6 meters, while Kawane Malila settled for second after 1.25 jump. Emma Tumelo of IDM Gaborone walked away with 5,000 pula for being the best female athlete of the competition after winning 3 gold medals. In the javelin, Tumelo threw 31.21 meters and 30.02 meters in discus before throwing 10.47 meters in shot put. Tebogo Moepeng of Bust was crowned the best performing athlete in the men's side after scooping gold in high jump, where he recorded 7.59 meters and 15.05 meters in triple jump, qualifying for Kuksa Games in both competitions. Tlamelo Muntsusi, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
First Division in South outfit joining youngsters are just 3 points away from gaining promotion to the Botswana Premier League. Over the weekend, Dinaletsana, as the team is known by its supporters, solidified their pole position by overcoming UB Hawks 1-0 at VTM Arena to ensure their hands remained on the trophy with 43 points. And Rutlow's side takes on former Premier League side Muchuri Center Chiefs this coming weekend, where maximum points will earn them automatic promotion to the Elite League, as well as see them winning First Division South League Championship. In other games played over the weekend, City Polar Christ the bottom placed the Desert now 2-0 at Mopani. Extension Gunners beat Muchuni Sena Chiefs 2-0 at Lobatse, while Notwani also defeated Praises 11 by 2-0 at SSG grounds. And that is all that we had for you from Botswana Tonight Sports Desk. Until we meet tomorrow, have a blessed night. Now let me bring it back to Benson to give you the headlines of tonight. Benson.
I think earlier on during the Sona Bulletin, I asked you which sporting code did you participate?
Yes.
Did you play any sport? Did you run? Did you play football?
Yes, and I told you that I loved tennis.
But you never got to play tennis?
No, I did play tennis. I did play tennis. It's just that I didn't get to play it professionally.
Okay.
Yes, but I did play tennis. But now I'm more into cycling.
More into cycling?
Yes, I'm more into cycling and those marathons.
It's a bit more healthier because your cardio gets to improve and you keep in shape and a bit of endurance as well.
Yes, definitely.
So I'll come and partner with you because I need a bit of that.
Of course, it's very important. I'm wondering, on your site, are you doing boxing?
All I know is that I can defend myself intellectually and physically. Thank you so much.
All
yes,
right.
I do go to the gym. Thank you so much,
Very good one indeed.
That was Jose Ronko with the sports news. But before we part, let's take another look at stories that made headlines. BDP members in the Southeast region nominated President Dr. Mokoetsi Masisi to continue leading the party. The Kosi to deliberate on the constitutional amendment bill. In sport, Lone Mazimule had a fruitful weekend as she scooped 2 medals at the 2024 FNB Botesa Championships. Thank you for watching. Up next is weather. Thank you very much for staying with us until we part at 10 p.m. Please stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Samuel Ramotondo. We had some rainfall activities yesterday in some areas at Kalahadi with a report of 4 millimeters recorded at Boxpits Agromet Station. Well, the current satellite picture shows clear skies over most areas of the country, except over some areas at Chobe and Kalahadi where a few patches of clouds are visible. As for tomorrow, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions over Kalahadi, while at Khansi we're expecting only a few patches of clouds to be visible and clear skies are expected over other areas of the country. In the morning, cold temperatures are expected over Khansi, Kalahadi, southern, southeast, Gauteng, southern, central, and northeast, with the minimums of 10 degrees Celsius in most areas. But over northern central, Chobe and Ngamiland, we're expecting mild temperatures with minimums ranging from 12 to 15 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, warm temperatures are expected over the entire country, with the maximums ranging from 27 to 32 degrees Celsius. And as for Wednesday and Thursday, clear skies are expected over most areas in southern, southeast, Gauteng, and Kwening, with warm afternoon temperatures. And over Khansi and Kalahadi, still we're expecting clear skies with warm afternoon temperatures. Over Chobe and Ngamiland, still we're expecting clear skies on Wednesday and Thursday with warm afternoon temperatures. And over central and northeast, clear skies are expected with warm afternoon temperatures. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.